folks, SE Closer here with another episode of Southern Style Studios. I believe this is episode 28. Okay, what I'm doing today is I'm doing a follow-up on my last video about the Partscaster nightmare. Last video I did, I was showing you this guitar I had gotten from a friend of mine. I ended up trading some stuff to get it. This was a guitar that was originally it was built as a Partscaster. I think it had a Mighty Mite neck. I have no idea the body. It's got Texas Special pickups in it. It's got some kind of locking tuners on it. But a lot of other parts were kind of cheesy on it. There's a lot of issues with this guitar, and it was originally resold to somebody for a substantial amount of money. And when he realized a lot of the issues and stuff, he sold it to a friend of mine for substantially less money. And I managed to snag it for really even less than that because I was doing trades. But I've done some work to it and I fixed it up. So I'm going to show you what all I've done to it. In the video before, if you saw it, I changed the trim out. Now this one now I got like basically a stock Mexican tremolo on it. I got 3 springs set up in the back. Okay, and I've got it a little bit floated. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but it's floated a little bit. Okay, now I had some people ask me some questions on the last video about the trim. They were, because I basically took it and tossed it, literally tossed the thing. I said it was trash. This is the trim I want to show you is this part right in here. Okay, now this part here is what allows the trim to float. I'm not sure if you can see this or not, but this is flat, but then this has to be machined at a little bit of an angle. Okay, and they have a very slight angle on the tip of this, but it's not real flat, it's not real smooth, and it doesn't really even look like it's machined. I think they just cast that in it and then they chromed over it. Okay, I guess it's hard for you to see it in this thing. It's kind of hard to show that, but this keeps this thing from really floating, but the angle that this was at, it would have to really sit up high to be able to do anything. And then this wasn't even really flat, so this was almost impossible to float correctly. About the best you could do with this is try to get it to sit down flat. Okay, and you had to leave these screws kind of loose to get it to do that up because it always wanted to cock up. I don't know, I just didn't like it. As we changed these pots, okay, these are pots that came out. They're kind of like big M&Ms or something. It's not, this is just an old pot I had laying around, but this is a CTS pot that's got the center support for the shaft, which is a much higher quality pot. Like I said, this is just an old one that came out of Telecaster or something. But look at the difference in these and the sizes and stuff. I mean, these work okay, but they're just cheap. They're just cheap little pots, Go ahead, and they didn't really have a really good taper to them either. So just, I mean, these, I don't know how much these things are. They probably charge you $2 a piece for these. These are probably cost you $6 or $7. You might as well, you got to get 3 pots, spend the extra 15 bucks and get good pots. Here's the guitar again. Like I said, I put a Mexican tremolo, standard tremolo on here. I rewired it. I got it, with the larger pots and everything. I fixed the wiring issues. What I thought was an issue with the switch wasn't the switch. It's just poor wiring inside, which you saw in the other videos. More just crap was everywhere. So I didn't have another 5-position switch handy, and I didn't feel like going to buy one. And so I just went ahead and reused this switch. It was kind of like the Squire style switch with a little circuit card. It was working. So it's in there. Like we said, the neck was good, the frets were good. These locking tuners on the back are no names. I don't know what they are. They're okay. I'm seriously considering putting US strap tuners I got laying around on it that are non-locking, just because they'll be better. I floated this trim and it comes back into tune reasonably well, but there are some issues with this nut that I'm still addressing. It still wants to stick a little in this nut if you dive bomb it. And if you look real close, and it might be hard for you to tell, but I believe these slots are just cut too deep. You see how far down the strings are in there? I think they're just cut too deep. So I'm probably going to have to file over the top to get a little bit more of the string to be above the nut so it won't hang up so bad, because I've smoothed it out, widened it a little bit. I've put a lot of graphite and stuff in it. It still hangs up some. But all that being said, this is what a Partscaster sounds like. Now I got it running through the Tweed clone of a 50s Deluxe or something. And that's the clean sound, and we are on the bridge. Now what I did when I wired this is I put a tone on the bridge pickup. I don't know why they don't do that from the factory. But if you're going to have a tone control, if you're going to have two tone controls, at least put one on the bridge pickup. You can wire them to have it on the bridge and the middle at the same time. I literally took it off of the middle and put it on the bridge. Anyway, so this will give you some ideas of the sounds here. Alright, and then we got the bridge and the middle together. This is just your middle. You got the neck in the middle. Alright, and then you're just the neck. Alright, throw a little overdrive on there. Back to the middle. You got the neck in the middle. And then just the neck. Alright, that gives you a couple little sounds. Roll the tone off a little bit there. Now I floated that so I can pull it up about half a step. Notice it still goes out of tune a little bit because this E goes sharp on me. It's pretty close right now. As you can tell, it still gets out a little bit, so it's still a work in progress, guys. But like I said, I'm trying to work on the nut. I think that's the biggest issue right now. It wasn't really cut properly. And I'm messing with that still. Anyway, guys, there's just a few samples of it. It's still a work in progress. For what I got in it, it's pretty cool, I guess. But again, guys, just be careful. Be careful out there when you're buying these things and know what you're getting. And, you know, if you, like me, and you fiddle with these things a little bit and you can repair some things yourself, it might be okay to take some chances on these things. But otherwise, just be sure what you're buying before you buy it, okay? I think it turned out fine. It sounds pretty good. It's got a pretty slim neck profile on it. Some people may like that, some don't. I don't know how I feel about it. It's okay. The more you play it, the more you get used to it. I don't dislike it, but you know, I don't know if this isn't a neck profile I would probably choose. But pretty good little guitar. Does all right. Sounded okay in the video. Next video, I'm going to take this Partscaster and I'm going to compare it tone-wise to a Squier Classic vibe. Okay, and that'll be an interesting comparison. But until then, guys, you guys take it easy. I'm out of here. Catch you later. Bye.